One of the things that you wrote in the book, I want to take this from the introduction, and you talk about some of the threats that we're facing: ISIS, North Korea, China, Russian hacking. But then you say this: but the most menacing lesson of history, one we may repeat if we refuse to learn from it, is that the greatest danger to our democracy is from within, not from without. Talk to us about that statement. Those are powerful words.
It's true, though. And the great historian, the great British historian Arnold Toynbee said that the most that an expiring enemy ever did to a civilization was deliver a coup de grace to an expiring suicide. Now think about that. We are losing a sense of what our people need. We have a terrifically top-oriented, top money, top education. It's all in the hands of the same people. We're creating in America a permanent caste system. You know, when I was a kid, I grew up in Brooklyn. My parents had nothing. My father was a secretary, my mother was a public school teacher. I didn't know anyone when I went to Washington. And look what happened. It's much harder today.
It was that American dream, the realization of the American dream.
It was the American dream. Everybody should be able to realize it. And too many people think they're in a permanent lower class, and there's a permanent elite class. Lyndon Johnson, when he was president, we used to talk openly about redistributing wealth. That's what the tax system was for. That's why we give food to poor people, or education money, or health care to them. Now, that's a dirty word. The other dirty word, and this is because of the gerrymandering for congressional districts. You carve a district so a Republican always wins or the Democrat always wins. The election is the primary. So the outer edge of the Republican Party on the right, likely the winners, everybody's pushed there. Same thing for the Democrats on the left, pushed there. They come to Washington, the right wing and the left wing, and they've committed to all these things, and they won't compromise. To them, compromise is a four-letter word. They're just not going to be there. We have to do that. The court has a chance to bust up the gerrymandering, and I hope they will. But I think that's very important. But we can do it. The whole point of this book is, here's what the problems are. Here are some suggestions, but we the people can do it. You know, vote. We don't vote. Our voting records are appalling.
It's sad to see so few people are making the decisions for the rest of the country.
Boy, you put your finger on something just absolutely right. And in lots of ways. Not just somebody in the White House or in the cabinet department writing a regulation or doing this, but think of the billionaires, the single issue citizens, I call them. They only care, are you pro-choice or pro-life? Are you pro-gun control or anti-gun control? Are you for legalizing marijuana or against legalizing marijuana? You stay on that issue. You stay pro-choice, and I'll give you millions. You can run for months on that million, but you must stay pro-choice. So those kinds of people, you know, they're really bought. They're bought and sold. It's like putting the cash in their pocket. And they come to Washington or they come to a state house, wherever, and they stick with that. That's terrible.
Final thoughts as we wrap this up for people at home that you really want them to understand and know.
I want them to know that there's a serious problem, that they're the only people that can fix it, that they should remember. I don't care whether they're working in McDonald's and holding down 2 jobs to raise a family, or at the lowest quartile in the country. There's one person they can hire and fire. That's their congressman. That's their state legislator. That's their mayor. Use the vote. That's the most powerful tool you have. You don't need money to vote. Use it. You start using it, and you'll change this country and get it back on track.
Your next opportunity to vote will be Tuesday, May 22nd. That's the Texas primary runoff election. In the coming weeks, we will have coverage of the races so you can learn more about the candidates.